Hey, welcome back to the channel. All right, it's time to finally answer once and for all, because I do see this come up, and it's okay. I get it. Not everyone can know everything about every champion. I know I definitely don't. But is America Chavez, is she still good when the defenders have armor ups? I see this question still being asked, and people are definitely getting it wrong. And here's the thing, even if you already know how amazing she is with armor ups, I have a feeling you're going to learn a thing or two in this video. Let's go and check this out. This most recent Battlegrounds Gladiator Circuit meta has really been helpful in showing this. This is amazing. We're going up against a rank 3 Sig, what was that? 30 Sasquatch. This is the biggest, beefiest health pool in the game. And we're going to watch this go through here. And, you know, one of the concerns, I get it, is people are like, hey, she can't nullify. She can't nullify these armor breaks. She can't, these armor ups. She can't armor break them. You know, what is she going to do? But remember, the dimensional energy infusion, right? For each armor up buff, for each buff, basically she's going to get significant amount of attack rating. It obviously depends on what level you have her ranked up at, and then energy resistance. And then also, here's the other, there's a couple really important things, but one of the major really important things is remember, when you interrupt her, watch this though, you gotta see this, it's a nice big, and remember, Sasquatch is getting basically a protection. With that 6, that 7 in the upper right-hand corner is that is reducing the amount of damage each of our attacks is doing. It's a protection. And with him never even getting into Wrath, he never got into Wrath. It's amazing. It's great. I think we get like a 51,000 score here. Yeah, almost 51,000. You'll forgive me. My excitement had me forgetting about 32,000 points. Now we're going up against the Shuri. Going to be getting passive armor ups. She's going to be getting regular armor ups, right? We're going to have to wait out because she's going to go untouchable at some point, the whole thing. But as I was saying, remember, it's when you end your heavy attacks, basically when you interrupt them, you're going to get one of her 3 dimensions. And one of the ones that just doesn't get talked about that much because, you know, usually you're using America Chavez just to beat the crap out of someone or to control their power-ups. And I've done a ton of videos. I'll link at the end of this a full showcase just going over everything. But if you end your heavy, if you interrupt your heavy at the end of the first hit, and you can do it via this special one, or you're going to see me often do it. I'll probably, hopefully do it right now. I should. Let's see. I'm waiting out the untouchable, and I will probably use the striker. Let's see here. 1, 2. No, I'm just going full 4. I'm going full 4. I already interrupted early. You can tell I was feeling really confident here. And her SP3 actually can hit relatively hard when she's all built up, but you'll see it in the next fight. If you interrupt it after the first hit, you are going to activate the Utopian Parable, which will reduce opponent's Fury, Armor Up, Precision, Pierce. Thanks to me, that was my idea, and Kabam decided it was worthy to put in. And Cruelty buff, so it's only for buffs. Potency by 70%. Remember, you can continue to stack these. They have less time as you go, as you get more of them going, right? But you can continue to stack them up. So now we're going up against this big Onslaught. And, you know, one of the things I talk about in so many of my America Chavez videos is like, remember why you brought her in to begin with. If it's not for the power control, don't worry about it. Get all 3 of your dimensions up, and that's when the signature ability will kick in. And that's something you should all keep in mind right here. Unless you see all 3 of my dimensions lit up, right? And they're still not. The signature ability is not kicking in. All of this can be done unawakened. At this point, your unawakened Chavez will be exactly like what you're seeing right here. But we're going to now go in, and I think this will kick in. But really, you can see you didn't need the signature ability for that. I ended it on the second hit of the heavy, which triggered the middle parallel dimension there, right? The dark dimension, I guess it is. Finishing off that Onslaught, that was a rank 5 ascended Onslaught, about as big as it gets. I haven't had a chance to get a rank 3 one, or if I have, it hasn't been as awesome as that one is. Now, here's part of what I love about American Chavez. Oh, and also, and I probably should mention this meeting, we're going to fight a Serpent. She's the best Serpent counter out there. But let's go ahead and fight this Mephisto, right? Depends on the Battleground meta, and some decks just utilize him phenomenally well. But in a Battlegrounds meta like this, and Science Champions just aren't doing as well because of all those armor ups, right? They can't get through it. But where Science Champions can't, where they get hurt, where they get nerfed, America is like even stronger somehow. And so here we go. We're going to keep up our purple dimension, right? Which is reversing the power game of Mephisto. As we're able to just sit there and beat the crap out of him. And these armor ups are helping us beat him down harder and harder and harder. And he's going to go down right then and there. I think the Serpent is up next. I think that score is going to be 50,000, 51,000, almost 52,000. All right, we got our Serpent coming up. Here it is. Now, in this current Battlegrounds meta, buffs are lasting like, no joke, I think it's like 200% longer. It's absurd. Serpent is probably the hardest single fight in the Gladiator circuit, at least for me. I'm in Mysterium 1 right now. So in that range, he is brutal. And so I'm still going to need to go in and activate my negative zone. I always remember it's the purple dimension, okay? Which means I'm letting my heavy finish off. You can see I'm letting them finish off. And I ended the first one there with the striker, and that's a nice way to get up multiple of it, right? Like I end it with the striker, and then they're going to be stunned. Then I'll go in heavy again, cancel it out into my SP1. But because this is Serpent, his power gain is going to last forever. I want to be reversing that power gain, so that's why I'm really concentrating on keeping the negative zone up. And then look at this health regen from this guy. I mean, as if he wasn't like bad enough, right? Like. The Serpent. You know, man, you really try me. I'm fortunate that I have his best counter at the highest rank and rarity in the game. Very, very fortunate, man. And I could have actually probably thrown the special 3 right there and ended him. But we decided to go in, save a little bit of time here, use my striker, use my relic, go ahead and just beat him down. Because of that massive health gain he gets, and she can't do anything about health gain, guys. I'm sorry. There's a weakness. She can't do anything about health gain. We only got 49,000 points, but I'm telling you right now, people would love that score, right? And then I'm going to show you 2 fights from the previous meta. Oh, and another thing, and again, and I'll link it right now. I will link it right now. This is the full-on showcase. I've decided I'm going to do this once a year. I love this character from a TV show. The movie, you know, I'm hoping she grows into it. I hope they write some better stuff from her. I like her comics. I just love her. I love what she represents. She's phenomenal. And then she came into the game. She wasn't that sweet. And then they buffed her and they made her like a phenomenal champion. She's not broken. She's not overpowered, but she is phenomenal. I will link this. I'm going to do this video once a year for 4th of July. And there she is, just beating the crap out of Future Ant-Man. She's my favorite Future Ant-Man counter. I don't know, Kushala too, but whatever. Like, why split hairs between them? They're both amazing. And then I'm going to show you this against this Destroyer, right? Like, this is laughable how fast this is going to be. And the one thing I was going to say is, you know, what she's powering up from is these buffs, right? And it's called the Dimensional Energy Infusion. It only goes up to 6. So all of those fights where the opponent had more than 6 armor up buffs, we weren't even getting credit for them. Yeah, it's a funny thing. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It feels very fitting with the character, and she just does so much of what Mystic champions are asked to do. Like I said, I've gone at length in a ton of videos here, and I think we're going to end this with a big special too. And I'm even gonna, if you want to heal up, you cancel it after the second hit of the heavy. Watch my health bar there; it goes all the way up to 100% from 80. As we finish off Destroyer, that made it laughable. She's amazing. She's phenomenal. Go watch that video if you have any questions about her. That video should answer it. If not, go to the America Chavez playlist on my channel. There are a ton of videos. I've been using her in war, in battlegrounds. Oh, and one last thing. A lot of you have caught on to this. I mentioned this in so many of the videos. And it is something to mention, is the Iron Fist relic for her, right? And I think we did cover that relic in the guides. It's definitely in the tier list. That relic is phenomenal for her. It's that big red damage you're seeing come off the first hit of the heavy. So you see that right there. I don't think that one crit. So let's see if we see one more. This is the earlier fight, I know. But we should get a nice big red damage here. I know it's going to be in the thumbnail. Misty K did a phenomenal job. There it was. You saw it. That is from the Iron Fist relic. Really helpful in the fight. Like I showed how she can take out Red Skulls pretty reliably too. And you're seeing like there that did some nice extra damage as well. You know, if you don't have a rank 3, most people don't, but you should. If you've got rank 3 7-star champions and you've got Chavez, she's phenomenal. Even unawakened, as we talked about. Like right now, all of this damage you're seeing, awakened ability has nothing to do with that because I didn't have all my dimensions up anyway. I love her. She's amazing. Best Mystic champion in the game. Definitely best Mystic 7-star without a doubt. Thank you so much for watching. Okay.